This is just a brief look at Tupac's family history. The first person I'm going to take a look at is Tupac's biological father, Billy Garland. His father talks about Tupac not knowing that he was alive when he was little. Somebody told him that he was dead, which is not true. So here's Tupac's father talking about the relationship he had with Tupac briefly, and he also talked about his mother dying when he was 6 years old. Art of the Dialogue conducted the interview. Let's take a listen.
At first I was upset because I'm trying to see you and, but then it hit me. Well, one, I ain't dead. It's like you really didn't know me, because if you would have known me, you would have known that I wasn't dead. You see what I'm saying? So I knew there that someone had lied to him from that point. And so later on, when I found out that someone did lie to him, that song made perfectly good sense. I understood it totally. So when I hear it now, I laugh. I still love the fucking record, though, baby. I love it. I do. I think it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love all his music, though. I listen to his music daily. Every freaking day. And I like it. And then it hits me. He's my son. You see what I'm saying? So it's a twin thing there. I don't say that. And that's what the difference between everybody else. Everybody sees him as this. When I was always around him, he's my son. He ain't Tupac. I mean, he's Tupac, but he ain't that icon. Then I look at the videos and where he goes. I see him with the autographs. And I said, that's a different world. He could never be an individual that could relax in society like he said he wanted to. He said, Pops, I want to go home and watch TV, but I know I can't. He would tell me these things. Last movie he saw was, what's that movie? Mental block. Tom Hanks.
Forrest Gump?
He saw that with his wife. We talked about it in prison.
So when he watched Forrest Gump, he was...
No, he saw it before he went to prison.
Okay.
Yeah. He said, I liked it, Pops, but she didn't like it. I said, I liked it too. We started talking about it. And every time now I see that movie, I think about that boy. It's really amazing. That was the last movie he ever saw.
Wow.
Yeah. Forrest Gump. Ain't that nothing?
Yeah, that's
weird, right? It's just weird shit.
It's
just weird shit.
It is.
He said, I just like to sit on the couch, eat sunflower seeds, and cool out for a little while, smoke some weed. But he gets caught up. I'm Tupac. Just hit the bars. Let's do this. Let's do that. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Right.
Everywhere you go, people look at you, crowds, people drawn to you.
Right.
Signing autographs, buying you this, buying you that. It's a whirlwind, brother. And you can get caught up in it. And he did.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And he said he was caught up. He said as much.
He was.
Yeah, he said he was caught up.
He said he was going to stop it, but he got with the wrong people on the wrong coast to stop it. There's a different world out there, bro. I lived out there as a kid. I lived in North Hollywood. My mother died when I was 6. Illegal abortion. She got scraped by the midwife. Everything seemed fine. Found out my mother started bleeding. She found out that it was a twin. So when she scraped the first one out, the second one got punctured. So she's got a punctured child in her stomach bleeding to death. And instead of her going to the hospital, she didn't want to dime out the midwife. Until this day, I was 6 years old. I wish I knew 911 was available, because I had no idea my mother was going to die from an illegal abortion. But I don't know.
I appreciate you sharing that. I know that probably brings back a lot of memories, man.
A lot of new generation can't identify with that. Back in the day, a lot of women died from illegal abortions because abortions were not legal to have. So women would go in the back rooms and the basements and on the ground, wherever they can get that abortion. And a lot of them would die, like Tupac's grandmother, God rest her soul.
Yeah, I don't know how we got on that, though.
I mean, that's just life.
Yeah.
It's life.
Tupac grew up with a lot of members of the Black liberation struggle. Tupac's mother's first husband, Lumumba Shakur, was the leader of the Black Panther Party in Harlem. In the above picture, we see Lumumba Shakur to the right and his wife Alfini Tupac's mother in the center as they are escorted to the Elizabeth Street police station in New York on April the 3rd, 1969. They were arrested because it was alleged that they were in on a plot to bomb 5 Manhattan department stores. So here again we see Tupac's mother in the front, and to the right, her husband, Tupac's stepfather, Lumumba Shakur. He was killed in New Orleans, Louisiana in May 1985. Lumumba Abdul Shakur was born Anthony Coston on January 9, 1943, in Atlantic City, New Jersey. He was a leader of the Black Panther Party in Harlem, and he was killed in New Orleans, Louisiana in May 1985. According to Wikipedia, Alfini got married to Lumumba Shakur in 1968. They got married September of 1968. He believed in polygamy. He had a first wife, so she became the second wife. That's when she changed her name to Alfini Shakur. The name Shakur in Arabic means thankful to God. Her birth name was Alice Williams. She was born on January the 10th, 1947, in Lumberton, North Carolina. Lumumba's father had joined the Nation of Islam, and he took the surname Lumumba. That's how Alfini's first husband had that last name. Alfini Shakur died of a heart attack in May of 2016. In her book, Evolution of a Revolutionary, she wrote that Lumumba was her mentor, her lover, and her comrade. Lumumba, she said, was my king. On April the 2nd, 1969, she and Lumumba, her husband, were arrested. They were charged with several counts of conspiracy to bomb police stations and department stores and other public places in New York City. Alfini was then released on bail the fall of 1970. Before she was released on bond, she was pregnant at that time, incarcerated and pregnant. After the birth of Tupac, his mother got a job as a paralegal and raised him with an emphasis on education. And she was charged with participating in an alleged bomb plot. She was brought to trial, and during the trial, she acted as her own defense attorney, and the jury acquitted her of all charges. Her marriage to Lumumba fell apart when he discovered that Tupac was not his biological son back in 1971. So Tupac was born June 16, 1971. That's when Lumumba found out that he wasn't his son. I guess Alfini must have told him that, no, it's not your son. So after she and others were charged with this conspiracy to blow up government buildings and department stores in Manhattan, she posted bail and she was released. So in 1970, she became pregnant with Tupac by William Garland, who was a truck driver at the time in New Jersey. He was also a member of the Black Panther Party. After her marriage with her first husband did not work out, she divorced him, and then she got married to Matula Shakur in 1975. She also divorced him in 1982 and got married to Gus D. Davis Jr. in 2004. He was a preacher and also an NAACP activist. He also used to be a boxer. It's interesting to note that just 6 weeks before Alfini died, Tupac's mother filed for divorce from her pastor husband after 12 years of marriage. Tupac frequently spoke about his mom being a member of the Black Panther Party, and she was an inspiration in his life. In his 1995 tune, Dear Mama, he rapped about, "Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place." It's one of my favorite songs, and I think every Mother's Day, it's played all over the U.S. It's like a Mother's Day anthem now, Dear Mama. At the time of Tupac's mother's death, Alfini Shakur, she had been living on a houseboat in San Francisco. But when she was alive, Tupac had passed, and his father, Garland, took the mom to court to get part of Tupac's estate, and a judge ruled that he wasn't entitled to any inheritance because he was not instrumental in Tupac's upbringing. Tupac's entire estate went to his mother, and when she passed away, it went to his sister. After Lumumba passed away, Mutulu Shakur, Lumumba's step-brother, started a relationship with Tupac's mom, Alfini. And they had a child, a daughter, and he was very instrumental in raising Tupac. He was like the stepfather. Before Mutulu was arrested, he suspected that his brother was unalived by a police informant who learned about his whereabouts. So Mutulu Shakur, Tupac's stepfather, died at the age of 72 on July 7th, 2023. After serving 37 years of a 60-year sentence, he was on the run for 4 years. So he was on the FBI's 10 most fugitive wanted list. In 1986, he was found guilty of a 1981 robbery, which resulted in the death of police officers and a guard. So he was sentenced to 60 years in prison, of which he served 37 years. So he was let out. In December 2022, he was pardoned, but died 8 months after he was let out of prison of stage 4 cancer. Another prominent member of the Black Panther Party was Elmore Geronimo Pratt. He was Tupac's godfather. He was a decorated military vet. He was born on September 13, 1947 in Morgan City, Louisiana. He died on June 2nd, 2011 in Tanzania. He was convicted of murder and spent 27 years behind bars. After his case was reviewed, it was found that the prosecutors deliberately left evidence out that would exonerate him, and therefore he was pardoned after serving 27 years behind bars. Tupac's godmother, Assata Shakur, is living in Cuba. She was also a member of the Black Panther Party. She's on the FBI's 10 most wanted list, and the bounty on her head is $2 million. She was convicted of first-degree murder in the death of a New Jersey state trooper in 1977. In 1979, she escaped from prison and made her way to Cuba, where she was granted political asylum and continues to live there today. So guys, that's just a brief recapping of Tupac's family history. If you'd like to join the conversation, drop your comments in the comment section. I'm over and out. I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to hit that like bell and subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. Thank you for watching.